Yeah, the version of the document collected from archive.web is not the way it was when it was originally hosted. But you don't say anything here about the opinion that KPMG has made changes to the document.
That is correct. At the time, I hold my colleagues in KPMG in high regard, so my assumption was that they acted correctly, and that most likely was on the server. But as I thought about it later, then, well, it does say it was uploaded in 2019, and you have to subtract likelihoods, and okay, it might be more likely that it got changed after download and before hashing than on the server. But as I stated before, both cases are plausible.
Okay. So when you wrote this, you believed that this was most likely and something changed your mind afterwards when thinking more about it?
Yes, correct.
So then you came up with an option that you didn't even include in the report?
Yes, that thought occurred later.
And the SSRN document is, if we don't mind the hash, is that the same document that is included as Schedule 28, Bilag 28?
Sorry, could you ask again?
If on the report 13, in your report 1393.
Gosh, I do not recall from memory. I would have to put them next to each other, look at them again.
Okay. If we go to page 1386 then.
86?
86. And on the top paragraph there, you say that the hash is different, but as a BDO confirmed most of the findings, it was considered natural to continue the analysis on the version downloaded by BDO.
Yes, correct.
Is that because the document is materially the same?
It's looked as far as the text included inside the document, and a number of findings in regards to the fonts from the KPMG report looked the same. That in combination that they did in fact source it from there made us believe that it was suitable to continue with analysis of the document.
Understood. And it says here that in the middle of the second bullet, the BDO has confirmed these finds and in the KPMG report regarding the text analysis.
That is correct.
Can you explain a little bit about what this text analysis was about?
So from the KPMG report, there were various analysis of the font information and also copyright information embedded in the fonts. We recreated those with the same software that KPMG used, and we saw the same results, and then we checked it with some additional software to verify those results, and we factually saw the same information as there was in the KPMG report.
Understood. And there was just some parts of the document that contained these new file formats, isn't that correct?
The information in the fonts, yes, there were specific sections that had different font information attached to it.
And those sections that had different fonts, those sections are the sections that are different from this document and the original white paper, isn't that correct?
I believe so. I would have to double check, but I believe that is the case, yes.
And you said, you write in your report that you've tried to recreate that scenario.
Yes.
But you weren't able to do so. Is that correct?
I believe we recreated a scenario where we recreated it as it was from the file downloaded, in a sense that segments were different. So we did not find a clear alternative explanation in that case.
Alternative explanation to what?
So maybe that was the wrong wording. Forgive my English. We wanted to see if through actions by a user, you could create a system where there were fonts automatically font information was only updated on segments of a document. But as was pointed out to me later, this document was uploaded in 2019 to SSRN. So the changes in sections with that new font information didn't surprise me. But we looked into what's handlingen of font information in a document, how this would update the additional information about the fonts if you added them to a document. Does that answer the question?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we've established that this document, it contains the newer fonts only related to certain sections of the document.
Yes.
And only to those sections that are different between this document and the original white paper from March 2019. And you tried to recreate scenarios where this would happen, and you weren't able to create such a scenario. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
But if someone had went into the document in a PDF editor and changed the text, would that explain the differences?
I believe we looked into that, and yes, that was one of the ways that it did happen.
And isn't this the only reason that can explain this that you have checked?
I checked multiple ways that this could have happened, and I did not. I was not able to recreate it.
Other than actually going in and editing the PDF by a PDF editor.
Yes,
correct?
though I must mention I did not conduct every single action possible and thinkable in the world. I took the path of most likely actions.
Yeah, understood. And also on the bottom you say why. Kan jeg bare lese på norsk?
Vi har tolk, så det er bare
Do you understand if I read it in Norwegian? Or?
If this works, then I probably won't quite understand it.
Would you have written this report, or don't you understand the report?
I understand the report, yes. I initially wrote in English, and my colleague helped, who also worked on this report.
Okay, I can try to, it just takes a long time, but I can try to...
Eller så leser du det på norsk, og så har vi simultanoversettelse i tolkeboksen.
Just on the bottom point there, in the middle of the paragraph, it says, ved gjennomgang av opplysningene fra SSRN.
Nå må vi bare vente så alle er med på hvor du er. Er du på 1386?
1386, helt nederst.
I det siste kulepunktet, ved gjennomgang, der.
Ved gjennomgang...
Er tolken med også? Ja, tolken er med.
Ved gjennomgang av opplysningene fra SSRN, ID sånn og sånn, ved bruk av programmet PDF Resurrect fikk vi følgende advarsel. Denne PDF-filen inneholder mulige kryss...
Unnskyld. Jeg har ikke datamaskin, fordi det er WebEx-møte, så datamaskinen står inne i rettssalen.
I can just do it in English.
Eller så kan vi bruke den tolken som er her til å oversette...
It will probably go fine.
Ja, okay.
By going through the information from SSRN by use of the program PDF Resurrect, we got the following warning. This PDF file includes possible cross-reference streams.
Yes.
By the same run-through of the information from Bitcoin PDF, which is the original white paper, we did not get this warning. As a test, BDO edited a version of PDF with added text. And by attempting to see the information in file with use of PDF Resurrect, we got the same warning. This PDF file includes possible cross-reference streams. And then you say the complete implications of this are unclear. What do you mean by that?
So there is, when adding text to document, we got a reference stream reference. In context to why it was important wasn't quite clear to me. I brought it to the attention and was informed that this document was uploaded as SSRN much later than the original publishing of Bitcoin.pdf. So because I wasn't quite entirely sure what the implication meant, just that in this test to replicate that situation, I added text to a PDF document. I thought it was worthwhile to mention, but what it exactly entails or why it happens, I was not entirely certain.
And then the last sentence in that same bullet point, it says, a manipulation of an older PDF document will result in a similar behavior for the PDF streams as the one seen in the SSRN ID 344, right?
Yes, I believe that's what it says.
And this indicates that by manipulating an older PDF document, you would get this result.
Yes, I believe that's what I wrote.
And you have not been able to establish any other reason for such result.
No, but I must also say I didn't try a lot of alternative options to try and recreate the results by different means. It was more that it was a worthwhile, notable event.
Understood.
So I didn't exclude any, I didn't go through other options why it could have occurred.
Just for information, this is not a criminal case, so this is not a case where someone has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. This is just a likelihood assessment that this court has to make.
Okay, that's fine.
And then the last bullet point, as it was downloaded by BDO, it available metadata, and you refer to a copyright dated 11th of April 2019. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Where are you
I
reading?
don't know.
The last bullet point before
yes.
the summary.
Yes, okay. I have a slightly helpful copy for myself of the report. It's a bit easier to read for me. So, yes, this is the copyright information I found in the document. So there is there's a registration of, there's copyright information in the file. And I was able to go to the website hosting this information, and there were various authors in regard to this paper registered. The earliest one I wrote here in the report, and I saw that the earliest date.
Yeah. So, and would that indicate that the document is dated in 2019 or before?
It said 2019 on the website, I believe. As I wrote in the report, yes, I believe it says 2019-04-11.
Yeah. And would this be something that SSRN has included themselves, or is this something embedded in the document?
This would be, I believe, embedded in the documents. Okay. I am unsure when it was added.
But not before 2019, I assume?
I would think not, no.
Then if we go to your report on page 1389, I just want to ask, did you make any review of the reference in the references in this header?
I didn't review the header. We added this information because we saw that in the KPMG reports, they couldn't ascertain who the sender was. So we asked for this information, added it to our reports to give the information that was potentially absent in KPMG reports. But I didn't in-depth dive into the information in the header, no.
But you said in a summary that the header information implies that the dates in the PDF of the e-post is correct.
Yes, there is information in the header that has information in regards to that.
Yeah, okay. So this email that's sent from Craig Wright to Ira Clayman in March 2014, you can find that metadata in the header.
Let's see. I believe so, 6th of March 2014. So I see it right underneath version TLS version 1.2.
Yep, okay. But you haven't made any investigations as to the references?
No.
No. And then on page 1390, you say that you have your findings are the same as KPMG's report?
Yes, I believe that is what I state.
And do you have those findings available? And can you explain to me what those findings were? Would it be the same findings that we just went through on the SSRN document?
No, this is also in regards to the Lambda symbol table and the font information. So as far as we could tell, we had no points to raise in regards